Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I had a friend. Let's call her name Ada. Ada worked hard. Every month, salary will come in. By the middle of the month, it's all gone. Not because she was wasteful, just life, like rent, data, family, then those small, small things that eat up money. One day, Ada said something to me that broke my heart sincerely. She said, investing is not for people like me. Investing is for the rich people, people with big grammar, people in suits and on TV. I want you to hear me clearly today. That is a big lie. You do not need to be rich to invest. You do not need a certificate. You do not even need up to 5,000 naira or $10 to start investing. All you need is just a phone. Yes, the phone you're using to watch me and a small amount of money and this particular video you're watching. Before I will continue, if you are the kind of person who has been scared of investing, this channel is for you. Hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss any of these simple money lessons. Let's continue. Today, I'm going to hold your hands like I'm talking to a 5-year-old and explain how you can start investing using an app called Bamboo. By the end of this video, you understand what commercial paper is, what bonds are, what money market mutual funds are, what ETFs are, and you will not be confused, I promise you. So grab a pen, sit down, let's start. Before I explain anything, let me explain why this really matters. Imagine you keep 100,000 naira under your mattress for 1 year. When you bring it out after 1 year, it is still 100,000. Yes, the paper is still there. But can it still buy the same thing you could buy last year? No, of course, because of something called inflation. Price going up every year, your money quietly loses power while it's sleeping under that mattress. So the money didn't reduce in number, but it reduces in strength. Investing is simply this. You put your money to work so it grows stronger instead of getting weaker. That is it. That is the whole idea. Not complicated. Just don't let your money sleep. Put it to work. Now the question is, work where? Work how? This is where an app like Bamboo comes in. This is not an advert. I am not advertising for Bamboo. I just want you to start because it's one of the simplest apps that you can start with. Think of Bamboo like a shop, but instead of selling shoes or bags, this shop sells small pieces of big companies and small pieces of IOUs that companies and governments gives out. Bamboo is an app. You download it on your phone, App Store or Google Play. It's registered and regulated, which simply means it's not one small boy's app in the room. It follows real rules set by regulators. To open an account, you don't even need heavy paperwork. You just need your phone number and your basic contact details, your NIM, which is your national identical number if you are in Nigeria. No stress, no long queue, no meeting with a bank manager who look at you funny because your account balance is very small. Inside this one app, you can buy Nigerian stocks like shares in Nigeria listed company, NGS. You can buy US stocks, shares in companies like Apple's, Nike, Tesla. You can also buy ETFs. You can fix your income because they have fixed income product where your commercial papers, bonds, and money markets, mutual funds lives. Let's slowly unpack each one like I promise. So sit tight. Imagine your neighbor sells the best jollof rice in the streets. Business is booming. One day she says, I want to open 5 more branches, but I need money. If you give me 50,000, I will give you a small percentage of my jollof business. When the business grows, your small percentage also grows. That is a stock in the simplest form. When you buy a stock, you are not lending money. You are buying a tiny piece of ownership in that company. If the company does well, the value of your tiny piece increases. If the company struggles, your tiny piece loses value too. So on Bamboo, you can own a tiny piece of Nigerian companies or big US companies, even with a small amount, because Bamboos allow fractional shares. That means you don't even need the full price of one Tesla share. You can buy a slice of it, like buying half a loaf of bread instead of the whole loaf. Okay, now let's talk about commercial paper because this is where people faces start to look very confused. Let me simplify it small for you to understand. Imagine a big company, let's say a company that makes pure water sachets everywhere in Lagos. This company needs money quickly, just for a short term, maybe to buy machines or pay suppliers. They don't want to go through the long stress of a bank loan. So the company says, Anybody that can lend me money for the next 90 days, I will pay you back with a little extra on top. That is IOU notes. The company gives out is called commercial paper. In plain words, commercial paper is a short-term loan you give to a company and they pay you back with interest after a short period, usually less than a year. On Bamboo, when you invest in commercial paper, usually inside their fixed income section, you are simply lending your money to a solid company for a short term and they pay you back more than you give them. It's usually considered lower risk than buying stock because you are not gambling on the company growth. You are just being the one who lend them small changes for a short season with a promise to return it. If you have borrowed your brother 10,000 from and you promise to pay back 11,000 in 3 months, that is exactly the spirit of commercial paper, just done properly, safely, and regulated through the companies and platforms like Bamboo. Now let's talk about bonds. Bonds and commercial paper are cousins from the same family, the I am lending you money family. The difference is time and who is borrowing. Commercial paper is for short-term loan, usually to a company, while bond is a longer-term loan to a company or to government. Imagine the government wants to build a big road from Lagos to Ibadan. Building that road will cost a lot of money. So the government will say, Nigerians, if you lend us money now, we promise to pay you back after, let's say, 5 years or 10 years. And every year, while you wait, we will pay you a little interest, like a thank you for trusting us payments. That thank you note is a bond. So when you buy a bond on Bamboo, you are lending money to government or a company for a longer period. They pay you regular interest along the way. This is sometimes called a coupon. Don't let that grammar scare you. It is just means of regular payment you receive. At the end of the agreed time, they return your full original money. Bonds are generally seen as steadily investment compared to stock. Stock can jump up and down like the child playing. Bonds are more like a patient old man, slow, steady, and predictable. This one I love explaining with a market woman analogy. Imagine 10 women in the market decided to combine their money together and buy a truckload of tomatoes wholesale because buying wholesale together is cheaper and smarter than each person buying small alone. Then they share the profit based on how much each person contributed. That, my dear, is the spirit of a mutual fund. A mutual fund is when your money is pooled together with other investors' money, and the professional fund managers uses that combined pot to invest wisely, spreading it across different safe short-term options like treasury bills, commercial papers, and other low-risk investments. A money market mutual fund specifically focuses on very safe term places to keep money. Think of it as the safest room in the house. It won't make you an overnight, but it keeps your money working steadily and you can usually access it faster than other investments. Why is this good for a total beginner? Because you don't need to be the expert to pick individual companies. A professional is managing the pool of your portfolio. Your risk is spread. Not all your eggs are in one basket. It's usually a gentle, steady starting point before you move to bolder investment like stock. So on Bamboo, this sits inside the fixed income or end section, and it's often the first place a nervous beginner should pack their very first investment naira, just to get comfortable watching your money grow safely. Last one is ETF. This one sounds fancy, but honestly, it's one of the simplest ideas here. ETF means exchange traded fund. Imagine instead of buying just one single fruit, let's say just banana, you buy a fruit basket that already had banana, orange, apple, pineapple, and grapes all mixed inside one single purchase. That is an ETF. Instead of buying one company stock, an ETFs let you buy a small pieces of many companies at once in one single purchase. If one of the fruit basket goes bad, you still have the other fruits doing fine. That is the beauty of it. It spreads your risks automatically. For example, instead of trying to guess which single US stock company will do well, like Apple, Microsoft, Google, you could buy an ETF that hold a little bit on top of tech together. One purchase instant varieties. On Bamboo, ETFs are found in the same place as US and Nigeria stock. For a beginner who says, I don't know which single stock to pick, an ETF is often the wisest, calmest starting point because you are not betting on just one horse. You are betting on the whole race gently. If you heard the stunning right now, just try to hold on this grammar together. Commercial paper, bonds, mutual fund, ETF, don't worry, that's normal. Just drop a comment below and tell me which one you understand best or which one is still confusing you. I read every comment and it helps me know what to break down further for future video. Also, if you haven't liked this video, please do it. It costs you nothing. It helps this video reach another Ada who needs to hear this today. Okay, now let's continue. Let me bring everything back to it because grammar is nice, but action is what changes life. If I was advising Ada, my friend, from the beginning of this video, starting from zero, here is the simple order I would tell Ada. The first thing is to download Bamboo. Sign up with your basic details and your name. Number 2, fund your account with an amount that will not disturb your sleep at night. Start small. Nobody is in a hurry. Number 3, start with a safer common option first, like money market mutual fund or short fixed income products like commercial paper, just to get comfortable watching your money move and grow without a fear of big ups and downs. 4, once you are comfortable, gently explore ETF because they spread your risks across many companies at once. 5, only after that, if you want more excitement and you understand the risks, you can start picking individual stocks like Nigeria or US. 6, bonds can sit anywhere in the journey where you want a longer term. You don't have to do everything at once. Investing is not a 100-meter race. It is a marathon. You are running for the next 10, 20, 30 years, if you will. You remember Ada, the one who said investing is not for people like her? I sat her down one Sunday afternoon, just like I am sitting you down right now. I explained these same things, commercial paper, bond, mutual fund, ETFs, in the same simple way. No big grammar, no shouting numbers at her. She started with an amount so small. I won't even want to mention it here because I don't want anyone to feel so small that is too small to start. Today, Ada doesn't just save, she invests. Every month, small, her money is working somewhere, even while she's sleeping, even while she's frying that akara for her children in the morning. That can be you too. So here is my simple homework for you. Don't just watch this video and close the app. Go and download Bamboo today. Start with whatever amount you have, even if it's the smallest amounts allowed. Let your money start working hard for you. If this video helps you understand investing in a simple way, please like it, share it with one friend who has been scared of investing, and subscribe to this channel because every week I will break down big money grammar into small, simple, digestible pieces, just like this. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and take care of your money. Bye.